Karnataka is known for all over India and even in the abroad. Karnataka is a progressive developing state. Yes, no doubt, in different fields, Karnataka is developing. It's become an IT, BT hub. Many modern institutions, modern equipments, and also different type of developments are taking place in Karnataka. But at the same time, Karnataka is a state, is having a 7% tribal population in all over the Karnataka. Majorly that 43 lakhs as 2011 census says. Among them, more than 13 lakhs tribals, Adivasis, living in the Western Ghat region. The Western Ghat region is a very rich biodiversity area. So our tribals are having the thousands and thousands of years history, and they are the Mula Nivasi. And Karnataka is having their own many tribes, indigenous tribes in Karnataka. So now the question is, these tribes as having a very rich tradition, their own language, a knowledge tradition, their life and many more things are different from the others. It is a very rich traditional communities we are having, around 56 tribes in Karnataka. But now the tribals who were lived in the forest, who believe that nature is their homeland, but now they are in very critical panic situation because of the Karnataka state government or Indian government policies affecting very severely to their basic rights, basic living condition. For an example, the 2006 Forest Right Act brought in all over India. It has been implemented in the different states. So even though this Karnataka government themselves, they are telling that it is our a developing state, progressive state, but the Forest Right Act has not implemented in fully. The tragedy is the tribal people doesn't know the act and the provisions, but even that condition they have applied, they claimed 2,26,000 claims were there before the government, but only 12,000 claims were considered to be decided. Among those, around 7 to 8,000 non-tribals applications were there. Very hardly few thousand people got a piece of land, and communities' rights has been neglected. Even in the earlier governments, the BJP was there, later Congress was there, now the BJP is there. These all governments, they are not at all bothered about the tribal problem and forest implementation of the Forest Right Act. So now they are in a very serious condition. The government is bringing one or the another policies or another acts to evict the tribes from the forest. For an example, there is a Kasturi Rangan report that says the almost in the Western Ghat region, the lakhs of tribes will be evicted because of the protecting the nature. We are not against the protecting the nature. The nature and the man is not enemies. They are very close relations. They are the friends. So our tribes, living since from the so many centuries, they protected the nature. But government thinks, the experts, in the name of experts committee, they thinks the man is an hurdle for the nature, tribes are the hurdle for the animals. So they wanted to protect in the name of protecting the nature and the animals, they wanted to evict the lakhs of our tribes from the Western Ghat region. So another thing, so the government brought a policy to evict Adivasis from the forest in the name of national park areas. In the name of protecting the national parks, they are wanted to evict the tribes. In the Nagarahole region, the tribes are now, they are evicted from the heart of the forest. They have thrown out of the forest. They are not at all rehabilitated. Even this case, the Coorg district, which is the very big section is there, the Coorg district, there the Nagarahole area tribes, they are now in very serious critical condition. Even after the High Court judgment to rehabilitating them, they are not at all rehabilitated them. One or the another reason they are pulling them out. They are having a very documents, even for the Forest Right Act implementation, they are having their traditional base, their water resources, the trees, many more things, even including voter ID, they are having the ration card, they are showing that we lived in this forest, you please sanction our Forest Right Act claims. But government is not ready. The BJP government not at all listening their problems. When the Coorg tribals are in the struggle for their land, for the house sites, then the entire BJP acted against them. They concentrated to divide the struggle. They are repressed. So this is the position. Still, in so many areas, even in the Shimoga district, which is the Chief Minister Yediyurappa's native district, there the Hasalaru and other Adivasi people, Kunabis, they were evicted from the forest area to build a dam for Chakre, Varahi. The people are losing their lands, their life for the purpose of the development, but even they have not at all given any compensation, no jobs have been produced, no land has been given, no any rehabilitation package has been implemented. This is the position. But the BJP, even in the different areas, the tribals are suffering very lot. Now in many areas, the tribal people, they are working as the wage laborers in the plantation. Virtually their life is like a bonded labors. Without permission, even for the consulting the doctor is not possible by the tribal laborers. They will take the loan. That loan will not be fulfilled. Then continuously in their whole life, they have to work among the plantations and the big landlords. This is the position. The forest people, forest staff harassing the Adivasi people. Women were targeted. There was an atrocity on women, even by the government officials, staff, and also the land owners, plantation owners. So, but nobody care for that. Even many atrocity cases, the government is not giving protection to the tribals. Who is victim? So they have to face the charges of they are doing their that they will become an offensive points. They will be charged with the atrocity. Who is made an attack, they will be protected. This is the situation. So that's why. So in this circumstances, so our organizations, we are fighting for the rights of the Adivasis. We are fighting for the land, fully implementation of Forest Right Act, and protecting from the elephant corridor, tiger corridor, biodiversity planning, and Kasturi Rangan report implementation. These are all against the tribal people. So that's why we are launched a united movement, an independent movement of the tribals, the Adivasi Hakkugala Samanvaya Samiti, a part of affiliated to all AARM, Adivasi Adhika Rashtriya Manch. We have continued our struggle, uniting the all. But now another one big problem is there, attack is there, that is NRC. NRC, if that is implemented, our Adivasis are most targeted and they will be thrown out of their base. Because they doesn't have any documents. They are not having any papers. They are unable to prove them. They are from any papers. That naturally they have their own habitants. They are living since from hundreds and hundreds of years. So now the NRC, if they are going to implement, the NPR is implement, then the Adivasis will be much more victims. That's why we are creating an awareness among the Adivasis. We want to protect from these are all type of attacks, but the movement is growing. A positive thing is now the Adivasis are uniting, they are educating, they are asserting rights, even if it is slowly. So that movement of Adivasis, democratically it is developing, so that we, through the organization and the agitation, we will face this. Now the BJP government is there. They wanted the Adivasis to be their tool. They are dividing the Adivasis and non-Adivasis. They wanted to pit against other communities. They wanted to divide the people by using the Sangha Parivar. They are attacking very systematically the Adivasi traditions, the Adivasi beliefs, Adivasi lifestyle. They wanted to change the Adivasis into a communal affected people. But that is a challenge for our Adivasi movement. It is a struggle for the progress to defend the democratic rights by the Adivasi people, so that in that direction our agitation is developing and it is growing. We hope the Adivasis will assert their right. They will fight back the policies of the government and protecting their life and their roots. We hope. Thank you.